welcome back.
Under the W.
We're matching by accident.
Go
So
Phils.
go Phils. It's baseball season.
We're back, baby.
The Church of Baseball. It's on. Let's do it.
It's going to be like 70 degrees on Thursday for opening day.
I know. And when are you going? Saturday?
Saturday, it's going to be like in the 40s and
Yeah. I looked at opening day tickets. They weren't horrible. It's just such a hard, during the week, it's just such a hard thing to do.
yeah.
But
I
yeah.
know. So at least this one is later. It's usually like a 1 o'clock game during the day.
Yeah. We did not make it to one single game last year.
I didn't make it until I think the end of August, maybe
Yeah.
even September.
Yeah, the year
But
before we went 3 or 4 times, so I think we got our fill. And then last year, not our fill, but we were very lucky to be able to go
yeah,
that much. And then last year we got to do the Savannah Bananas at the vet, so that was a very
it
fun
was
thing
not
to
at the
do.
vet, but yes.
Not at the vet, man. I just aged myself at Citizens Bank.
Well,
But
you
yeah,
know the lore about this season that Aunt Margaret called it that they were going to win the World Series in 2026. We're hosting the All-Star game.
yeah, and that's her
And
number,
so,
26.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, we're going to win that year. It's going to be, we host the All-Star game, we win the World Series, and then I retire.
Yep.
Was her
All right.
premonition.
You heard it
So,
here.
yeah,
Margie, Sweet
yeah,
26.
we're doing it for Margie.
Yeah. All right. So how was your week?
Good. I, on Sunday, went down the shore to
Hmm.
see Jessie and her baby Lillian.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Her pictures are
Um,
so cute.
oh my God, she's like a teeny tiny peanut. She had a stuffy nose, so she was just like the whole
Hmm.
time. But we went to Aunt Lisa's house, and Mom met me down there, and then Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Sharon came over, and Nicole and Lucas. So it was nice to see everyone.
Fun.
But I had this like wave of nostalgia hit me, and anybody who goes down to South Jersey like knows this feeling. But driving over the bridge where
Oh yeah.
you can smell the bay.
Hmm.
I can't help myself but to just roll the windows down and just
Hmm.
breathe it
And
in.
it just gets so flat. You can just see everything, and there's just the reeds blowing in the wind. It's so
Mhm.
pretty. Hmm. And there's just like a specific moment going over the same bridge every
Yeah,
time
where I'm
that
like,
you're
oh
like, we're
my God,
here,
we
we're
made
here.
it. We made
Yeah.
it.
I remember
I
being
know.
kids and driving down there and thinking, how long is this going to take? And there was always a moment where I was like, we're here. It's time. Yeah.
I said this to Aunt Lisa because where they live, so much has changed, but also so little has
Hmm.
changed. And I remember all the markers that I remember as a child being, okay, we're close. Like, this is where we turn. This is their street. Like,
Hmm.
and it's like, they're, going over the bridge is step one. And you're like, we're so close.
Hmm.
We're here. And then there's this like old timey car with a face on it in someone's front lawn. And it's been
Okay.
there since like I was little driving down there. But like I see it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting there. And then there's like the daycare. So like I always recognize that. And then do you remember this? Right before their street, there used to be a house where the owner of the house was a music teacher and there was a pink fence with music notes.
Yes, I do.
And so like you see
Is
that
it
pink
still
fence
there?
and you're like it's a little different but it's still like decorated. That's the only thing that's different. But
Yeah.
yeah, the going over the bridge into like getting to Ocean City and getting anywhere down the shore is just like gives me that like
Yeah.
excited
Hmm.
feeling. And
Yeah.
now where I live by the beach, that's home for me too. So I'm just maybe that's my sense of calm here or something is like I get over the bridge and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, we're good.
it hit me.
Yeah, I'll never forget leaving. So our grandparents lived down the shore when we were younger, and we used to go there multiple times throughout the summer, but I'll never forget every time leaving to go home. It was the worst because you're like, oh, we got to take this 2 hour drive home, not to the beach,
Yeah.
just like we're probably going back to school because it's probably the end of August, September.
Hmm.
And grandmom used to give us brown paper bags, and we used to get the cheddar and peanut butter crackers in them, one banana, always a banana, and a pack of either double mint or spearmint Wrigley's, the 5-piece gum
Yep.
every time.
Car ride essentials.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would just like, there would be a crumbled brown paper bag when we got home. The banana still in it, but the rest of it gone. The whole 5-pack of gum gone.
Gone. Really.
Yeah.
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 So good. But yeah, it was just like so great to see everybody. And Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Sharon brought over mango pizza.
Mm.
Um, just the best.
It's so good. Nothing tastes like that pizza.
That is the only pizza that I can eat cold and be like, oh yeah, it's still better than a lot of pizzas that
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. We
The
were just
best.
looking at Pete and Eldest down here has a new t-shirt for finishing the extra, extra large pizza, and it's a Stranger Things themed t-shirt. So we're wondering
Ooh,
if somebody could do it. But
Michael.
Miles won't eat the crust, so he's out. You
Oh,
have to
he's
eat the
out.
whole thing. Yeah, and in 30 minutes you have to do it. I mean, their pizza's thin. It's like bar pie.
Yeah.
So there's a chance I could do it.
It's just
I'd
one
have,
person. It has to be one person, right?
yeah, I'd have a bellyache afterwards for sure. But I mean,
Yeah.
don't challenge me.
For a
It's a
t-shirt,
cool
I'd do
t-shirt.
anything for
It's
a
a cool,
t-shirt.
it's a cool t-shirt. It's a cool t-shirt, but no, I'm
Okay.
not gonna try.
No,
No.
too much. Too much.
All right.
Yeah, so I did that
Mm-hmm.
this weekend. And then last week was crazy long week because we had parent teacher conferences.
Mm-hmm.
So like we end up staying late 2 days. We do conferences 4:30 to 7:30 at night. And then
That's a long day.
it is a long day. They've changed the format like since I've started there. So like we get out, the kids have a half day. So we're able to leave like right after the kids, but then we have to be back at 4:30 and I translate conferences for parents. So I don't like hold conferences with
Right.
parents for like speech things, but I go in and translate a lot of times and so it's like mentally exhausting for me, but
I bet.
yeah, I mean it is what it like we have to be there.
Yeah, Miles has like one in the beginning of the year. I don't know if he has one at the end of the year. I feel like it's usually in November. It's just November.
Most schools don't. I don't know. I mean, I have reasons as to why my school holds one in the
Hmm.
fall and one in the spring, but most schools only have one.
I mean, I think it's not a bad idea. It just more information for the parents. I mean, it's hard on the teachers,
Right.
obviously, but um, I always feel like I'm going into the principal's office.
When you go for his conference.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know because I wasn't like a great student, and I wasn't a troublemaker, but I was definitely like, I would join in on the funny stuff. I wasn't somebody who was sitting there trying to be good. I mean, if somebody was shooting spitballs, I was right behind them, shooting five more.
You
Like
were
there
rolling it up for
wasn't.
them like,
Oh
here you go.
yeah, yeah. I was
Reload.
encouraging it. There wasn't. I was not trying to be funny by
Yeah.
any means. And I was an okay student, but I wasn't the best. So going into I mean, Miles is a talker for sure, and he's funny, and he is also not trying to not be funny. So I'm
Yeah.
always wondering what I'm going to go into. But at the beginning of the year, it's always like, they're all so great and they're all so sweet. We're like, yeah, they're coming. They haven't
Uh-huh.
ramped up yet.
Well, that's how
But
I feel like as an educator in the November conferences, like we haven't we haven't really like taken off yet. Like it's hard to even get to know all of the kids at that
yeah.
point. And I'm not a classroom teacher, so like
Hmm.
maybe for classroom teachers it's a little bit different, but um like some kids haven't even come out of their shell yet. So
Yeah. Miles'
it's
teacher this year is so great and does every day. We get the entire class parent, all of us get an email every day. This is what we
that's
did today,
amazing.
and this is what the homework is today, and this is what we're doing this week. Like, and sometimes she sends a picture home if they had a special day or whatever, but it's every single day. And he was so excited over the summer when he got her as the teacher. He really wanted her. Um, and I can see why. I feel like this year I have this feeling of like I feel like he got the teacher that he needed this year.
Mhm.
Like, she's really special, really great with him, and he's having a great year. It's such a stark difference from last year about how he feels at school and how he like so and I don't think that had, it probably didn't have anything to do with the teachers doing not doing anything last year. It's just I
They
don't
have a
know.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and he just loves going to that class. And I think
He
like,
loves her. Like, is she the one that's an Eagles fan or is she a
oh
Giants fan?
yeah,
She's an Eagles
Eagles
fan.
fan,
She loves
Stranger
Stranger
Things
Things.
fan,
Yes. He told
Halloween
me all
fan.
about her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But somebody else is a Giants fan.
So the other teacher in the room is a Giants fan, and he
Okay.
loves it because Sharon's a Giants fan, obviously Eagles fan over here. So he's got both of
Mhm.
that going on in his house. But yeah, he's got his buddies in his classroom. His class is really great too. His like class that he's been with since kindergarten. There's like a class text message that somebody will just say, "Does anybody want to meet at the park?" And on any given day, his entire fourth grade class is at the park. Every year at the beginning of the year, they've had a picture at the same park before the school year starts. So
That's really
he's
cute.
really lucky. Yeah, he's really lucky. He has like great teacher, great kids in his class. So, um, but parent teacher conferences, yeah, I'm like, I never know what to expect because we know our kids can do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be surprised if they were like said something really off the wall. I'd be like, yeah.
I know. I know. Well, and most of the time they are worse at home than they are at school. Like
Hmm.
that's something like a theme that comes up where they're like typically more well behaved at school and like they'll give their
Hmm.
parents a hard time about homework, but they're not giving the teachers a hard time and things like that.
Yeah. He like the first one we went to, she was like, he's a talker, he's funny, and we were like, oh, we know.
Hmm.
We know, but that's also like, to her, he's comfortable to just go in and chat with her. She's like, yeah, he comes in and chats like an adult. Like, how was your weekend? How was like,
Yeah.
how's your day going? So, um, but and then we get these scores for all the testing, and I'm like, I have no idea what these mean. They're
Hmm.
going through them, and I'm like, as long as I
Right.
don't
The
know.
dibbles is this, IXL is this.
Yeah. Thank God one of his parents knows what that means because I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm just making sure he's sitting down at lunch, being nice to everybody, being
Hmm.
kind. That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's that's the hard part to like talk to parents about when like something's really going wrong. Like
Hmm.
I have, I have students with disabilities. So like
Hmm.
clearly the like grades and test scores are always a tough thing to go, talk about, but like when attendance is a major thing or like we're concerned about health issues like and
Hmm.
definitely in my district um there are a lot of immigrant families. There's a lot with like lower socioeconomic things.
Hmm.
And so like I translated multiple conferences where like the nurse is there and she's like, "Hey, did you get your insurance cards? Come in. I can help you set up your insurance because like we have families that like lose their health insurance and then we
Yeah.
work with them to so it's just like a very different setup
Yeah.
in my district
Hmm.
to go over parent teacher conferences, but like always the questions that we get at like the lower grade levels is um do they behave? Do they eat? And do they poop at school?
Hmm. Hmm.
That is like the culture there. That is what they want to know. And
Yeah.
like fair.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, usually in the conference, I'm pretty quiet, and Sharon will talk about all of the school stuff. And then at the end, they'll be like, any questions? And I'll be like, is he being kind to everybody? Is he
Yeah.
being respectful to you? Um, I always want to know, like, is he washing his hands and stuff? But,
Yeah.
obviously they can't pay attention to that. But I
I
mean,
know.
last year there was like a couple instances where it was like, we think he's throwing chips at lunch. Like, but and then his teacher was like, we think they're all throwing chips at lunch, to be quite honest. But and I'll be like, one day I was like, are you throwing chips? He was like, sometimes.
Oh my God. Did you ever have a food fight when you were at school?
In high school. and it was the best day ever. And I will never forget it. And I told Miles about this. So we had an exchange student uh, from Vietnam, and she didn't speak a ton of English, and she is that
She
where she was
started
from?
it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, like the last day. So she sat with us. She sat at our lunch table. By the end of the year, like had just she was doing her own thing. She
Gotten
would come and
comfortable.
go. So yeah, and then last day she picked up her lunch and just chucked it across the room, and it started the biggest food fight. All of us at the table were like, "What?"
Oh my God.
No, like I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna no build up, nothing. She picked up her sandwich and just chucked it across the room.
Did she like see it in a movie or
Must
something?
have,
Like
must
this is
have.
what you're supposed to do in America.
But it was the greatest day ever.
I love that.
Yeah,
I had a food fight when I was in middle school, and I will never forget. I got up. I must have gone to like get cookies or ice cream or something, like some sort of snack. And I went with my friend, I think it was Sean, and we were at this other like smaller line that
yeah,
had plexiglass.
yeah.
And so like we're checking out and it starts and we're watching the food fly. Like we're looking at all the tables and out of the action, but just like watching it as if we were in a movie. And I will never forget what that looked like. It was like a wave of just mayhem hit this cafeteria.
Yeah, ours too. It just everybody started throwing, and it was like nobody. She didn't talk about it, so nobody could pinpoint who started it. It was
Well,
just,
now she's going to jail.
come on, no. She's running a company
Oh,
somewhere. She
for
has
sure.
to be.
For
She
sure.
has to be. She was great, and we always used to do. I forget what it was called, but we used to do you would bring a lunch, you would pull a name, and you would get somebody else's lunch. So you would make like a really good lunch. So we used to do this at our lunch table all the time. But you would do it the day before. You would pull a name so you knew who you got. And then
Okay.
your lunch you were giving to them, and then you were getting somebody else's. But everybody wanted hers because it was so good every
Oh,
time. It
yeah.
had the best snacks, and it was like, yeah. So
Wow.
she was
Food
great.
fights.
Yeah. But that was a fun thing to do in school. I don't know if kids are allowed to do that anymore, like swap their lunches, but
Probably
it
not.
was like, yeah, you would go all
I
out.
thought you were talking about food fights. I'm like, no, they're not allowed to do
Oh, no,
it.
no, no,
We
but
were never allowed.
no, it was a great day, though. It was a great day. My cafeteria in high school was pretty cool, though. They sold warm chocolate chip cookies for breakfast every
Same with
morning.
my high, not for breakfast, but
Hmm.
well, I don't. Maybe they had them at breakfast, but like Upper Darby High School had the best warm chocolate chip
Hmm.
cookies. So good.
We had breakfast sandwiches and cookies
Huh.
every morning. You could go in and buy. I usually brought my lunch.
I've had this argument with Dad because everything turns into an argument with him.
Mhm.
But a lot of high schools have gone to a later start time. So like Upper Darby, for example, they do their first block or first two blocks um, asynchronous. So it's like replacing your like study hall and something else small. And you can go early to meet with teachers or, things like that, but your first actual class doesn't start until the second period. And Dad thinks that that's the most ridiculous thing he's ever heard. That like parents have to go to work, and I'm like, parents don't drive their high school kids to school.
No, and I think that it's probably the same reasoning as here. We're very overpopulated here and it's very congested in the morning. So
Yeah.
taking the high school traffic off the road,
Hmm.
so them going in at 6 a.m., they're done by the time everybody else starts going to school. So it actually trickles down. It's like high school and then the middle schools are right after them. So before the elementary schools, and then the elementary schools are the latest,
Well, yeah.
which
So
is
like for you guys, it's a busing thing. Like the high
right.
school picks up and does the bus
Hmm.
route, and then they pick up round two to go to
Hmm.
the next school. But like, I don't know what the rationale is for Upper Darby, but there's also studies that high school age students do not learn at that time of day.
No, what, 6 a.m.? No way.
Yeah, like even 7, 8 a.m., like they
I'm
need
not
more
sure I
sleep.
learned at any part of the day in high school. I'm
Yeah,
not positive that much happened.
I learned some things.
Some things I can remember specific things.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah. I mean, I
I
had
can
some.
still recite the I'm just a bill from Schoolhouse Rock Live Junior,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
that wasn't high school either. Yeah, I don't know. I'm anxious to see what happens with schools in the future. Like, some are going towards a more like a shorter day.
Hmm.
Some schools across the country have gone to a 4-day
Hmm.
school week, which would then probably as a nation push us towards like a
4-day
four
work
day work
week.
week.
Yeah.
But like New Jersey, it's never going to happen because we have the requirement to have 180 days of school versus
Hmm.
like places that have done that have an hour amount. So like they've been able to extend their school day by an hour, let's say,
Yeah.
and then they can shorten their school year.
Yeah, and it's tough. Schools in general are not set up for a two-parent working household.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you can't, it's impossible to have without pay, like spending one full salary of a parent to send your kid to after school care or whatever. So I wouldn't mind if it changed a little bit. Something happened, but
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I thought
yeah.
maybe COVID would be the pushing point of things changing in school, but it seems like things have just gotten worse.
Seems like a lot of things have just gotten worse since COVID,
Yeah.
but yeah. You would think healthcare would be a pushing. Meh. Ooh.
Mm-mm.
But here we are.
Here we are, 6 years later.
Still swimming. Yep.
I got a ravioli out of the deal, so I'm happy
And we
about
got an
it.
Isla out of the deal.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Rav, it's almost his gotcha day, March 28th, 2020.
Okay.
Little
Yeah.
8 week old, 3 pound little baby I
I
got.
know. And you brought him up to the ER for some puppy therapy for
Hmm.
everybody to pet. Yeah. All right.
You have any questions for this week?
Hmm. I did have one. So we didn't have our guest this week because we had technical issues.
We ended up
Um,
just
we ended up just
FaceTiming.
FaceTiming. Yeah.
Little girl talk.
Um, but I did have a question that we can still ask that guest. But if you could choose magic to complete one mundane daily task daily, just get it done for you, what would you choose?
Magic. Okay.
Magic.
I would love to say like washing my face and doing my skincare, but
Mm,
I think that that would be very lazy of me because that truly takes like less than 5 minutes. I'm going to say snap my fingers to get to wherever I need to go.
mm. So your commute,
Hmm.
magic for your commute.
Yeah. Like if I could snap my fingers and I'm there,
Hmm.
I mean, my possibilities for like where to work would be endless. Like I could work in New York City and make a lot more money,
Yeah.
but not have to pay for gas.
Yeah.
Um, Also, I would get to mom and dad so much quicker. And I like the fact that I could just show up places without like being like, hey, I'll see you in 2 hours. Like, I'm here.
So you've gone from completing one mundane task to complete teleportation.
Yeah. My
Okay.
mundane task is driving.
Is driving. Okay. All right.
Does that
So,
count?
sure. Yeah, I don't care. It's magic. Whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah, you said magic.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Grocery shopping. Just go do like all of the food shopping so I
Hmm.
never have to go to the grocery store again. And I would just like it to be in my fridge.
Yeah, I like grocery shopping a lot.
I like
Um,
cooking a lot. I don't necessarily like going to get all the stuff, but if I could just, and my shopping could be done, I would love that.
yeah, I know. I feel like with my driving, like I don't drive. I'm 15 minutes from work.
Hmm.
That's not so bad on a daily basis, but feel like if I could wrap up my drives quicker on like the weekends and things like that. But like there are good parts of my drives
Yeah,
too.
you're
Like
gonna be
I
like
like
miss
to,
out of singing and
yeah.
you know. Taylor Swift comes out with a new album. I mean, a 2 hour drive is exactly what you need on that day.
I know.
Yeah.
2 hours and 10
So,
minutes because I need to
hmm
listen to All Too Well 10-minute
hmm
version.
always add that at the end. Yeah. Yeah. That's
um,
also a reason I don't want it to do my exercise for me, is because that's where I like take in my music. So I do
hmm
think my final answer is the grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it done. There's times after work when I'm like, I don't have creamer. I
Yeah.
gotta go to the store. It's like, and then if I don't, I'm gonna wake up in the morning and be like, you idiot. Like, now your coffee sucks. Like, so I just, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I'll stick with like the driving and just like, but I'm still allowed to drive whenever I want to.
Yeah, you don't have to use your spell.
I can be like, sometimes use my magic, sometimes not. Like when
Hmm.
I want
It's
to
your
get somewhere
magic.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And then it also said for a bonus, what would the spell be?
Hmm. Oh, God, for my commute. I don't know. All right, what would yours be? I
I
can't
have
think of.
no idea.
Well, so many of them are like I don't like. Okay, my my knowledge of spells is from Hocus Pocus,
Okay. Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter,
Mhm.
um, Vampire Diaries.
Okay.
There are witches in the
Hmm.
Vampire Diaries. They're very intertwined. Um, so like, are we speaking Latin or are we just like tail of a rat, head of a bat? Make me get to this place like that. Ooh,
Perfect. That's a good one.
that was good.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't remember it when I need it, but
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something that goes with grocery, and all I can think of is Josie Grossi.
that doesn't even
I've
rhyme.
never been kissed. Josie Grossi. Um,
Grocery?
yeah. I don't know. I'll have to
Okay.
come up with mine.
No,
But
I think you got to use store. Like,
okay.
get my things at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like,
Look at my fridge. I need some more. Go get my things at the grocery store.
yep,
Yeah.
there you have it.
And just like when I say it, like twinkly grocery carts just go up into the air.
I was picturing parachutes with all of your
Everything coming
grocery
down.
items. Yeah,
Okay.
falling
Yeah.
down like in the Santa Claus.
Yeah. And I'm saying this like we don't have Instacart. Let's be real. I
True.
could make this happen.
Yeah, I mean, you know who does really good with Instacart is Wegmans
Yeah.
because it's always their employees that do the
Hmm.
shopping.
Yeah. And they're like, this is the best one. I'm taking
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
if I'm going to pick up groceries, I do it with Wegmans.
I think, I mean, I've been to a lot of grocery stores in a lot of different states. Obviously, I haven't lived in a lot of different states, but I think Wegmans is top tier grocery store.
Yeah. I did a whole project on Wegmans because we had to study like successful businesses that
Hmm.
like show great signs of leadership. Um, and Wegmans is still family owned.
Hmm.
It's still only in like it's not the tri-state area, but like it's only from New York to let's say Virginia
Hmm.
because they want to be able to sustainably farm enough of their items and that's like what's within their reach
Yeah.
now. They've got great programs for people with disabilities.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
got tuition reimbursement programs. It's just like 10 out of 10. I will always go to Wegmans because like their selection is better.
Their produce section is, it's so good. It's perfect.
Everything is so good and they make it a point to not buy or build buildings smaller than a certain square footage
Hmm.
because they space their aisles out more than
Hmm.
other grocery stores.
Yeah, I like it because it's like uh, your basic grocery store and a Whole Foods in one. You can get all those,
Gourmet.
yeah, gourmet,
Plus the
organic,
prepared.
even like small, but even small businesses that have like these products that you're not going to find at the other grocery stores. They have them in the smaller section, but yeah, and then they have an allergy section, the gluten-free section. They have everything all together, but their prepared food section,
Can't be beat.
next level. Yeah. Yeah, their sushi is delicious. Their
Soups.
bakery, you can go in, you can order a hoagie if you want and take that home. You can eat in there. They have like a dining room upstairs.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah,
Their
it's the
cannoli dip
best.
is
Hmm
10 out of 10.
Yep, and their fruit tarts,
Hmm
so
Yep.
good. Yeah.
Anytime I need something for a party, it's a cannoli dip
hmm
or a fruit tart.
I would be willing to say that Wegmans is my number one choice. My number one choice of frozen food section will always be Trader Joe's.
Hmm.
They're snacky snacks. I mean, I go to Trader Joe's for snackies.
I go to Trader Joe's for all of my groceries because it's just my most convenient grocery store and I can
Yeah,
get in and out of there
I
quickly.
also think they're very good about having not huge servings. You don't
Hmm
have to buy, you can buy a serving that makes sense for one person that's going to be eating at home. You can buy four dumplings or,
hmm
and I like that about them. You can buy smaller portions of everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Most
Yeah.
grocery stores, it's like they act like you're feeding 10 every single time. And then you
Right.
end up wasting stuff. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that about Trader Joe's.
For me, Trader Joe's serving sizes are better and
Hmm
I don't waste as much. But
Yeah, even their fruit, like they don't have huge things of grapes or anything like that. They just have small. Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Megan and I were just saying I food prep a lot. Everything is giving me the ick lately. I just like I go to eat. I think it's like ground meat right now because we've been doing like a lot of ground turkey and a lot of ground chicken and like Miles was on a tacos kick, so he wanted like, and I just now it's getting to the point where I'm like every time I go to eat it, I'm like gagging. So I got to swap it up.
Yeah. I said this to the cashier at Trader Joe's the other day. Um, Back on hot foods now because
Hmm
it got like warm and I was like, "Oh, it's salad time." But no, now we're like back in like I need soups. I want a hot food, a hot meal. So yeah, like salads have given me the ick.
Yeah. So salads I'm on right now, and something I'm gonna make this week, which is not giving me the ick in my head, is I used to make these like ramen bowls. So you put the seasoning on the bottom, and then you put the noodles on there, and
Hmm
then I would do like bean sprouts and edamame and maybe shredded carrots, stuff like that on top with some tofu, and then you just put boiling water in it, and it all
I like
heats
it.
up. Yeah, it's great.
Make me some of those. I want it.
Okay. Yeah, super easy.
I want it.
But I hate when I get the ick. It's like, oh, I could eat eggs every single day for three
Hmm
weeks and then just like, bleh.
I had the egg ick for years.
Hmm
Couldn't eat them. Like it would make me feel physically ill if
Yeah.
I ate them. Grilled
Yeah.
chicken is still like a
Yeah. It's all giving me the ick. I think we're going to be at a tofu house for a little while.
okay.
I like tofu.
Mom is going ew right now when she listens to this. Ew.
Well,
Ah.
I think the other day Megan bought tofu and I cooked it finally and I was like, I think I got it. I think I have finally gotten how to cook it and make it crispy and it's good
hmm
and it has a seasoning on the outside and it was perfect. So,
Jen Eats Good has a good tofu like seasoning and way
mhm.
to do it. I
Yeah.
think she does it in the air fryer.
Okay.
Um,
I'm a big fan of like the shelled edamame, throwing that in a soup, all that
mhm.
stuff, all that good stuff. So that might be my new kick for a while, along with salads.
I like I'll do like a tuna bowl. So
Yeah.
just like canned tuna,
Uh-huh.
but instead of like a creamy mayo, I'll do like either a soy sauce or teriyaki sauce
Mm.
with shelled edamame, shredded carrots and cucumbers, and some sesame seeds.
Yeah.
Love it.
Today I had the ick so bad that I was like, I think I'm just gonna start doing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like I don't think I can do this right now. I was
Yeah.
just like, I just need like something. I'll take hot dogs to work.
Sure.
It's just like
Why
a
not?
ballpark dog in a wrapped in foil. That
Great.
gives me less of an ick, which is shocking than the rest of it right now. But I think I've just overdone it.
Yeah, you just need to switch it up.
Yeah, I need to swap it out. But all right, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time. But I'll get up. We'll edit this tomorrow. And I'll see you next Tuesday.
I know. Well, maybe before then. We'll see.
Yeah,
We might be able to nail down our guest
yeah,
before next week.
yeah.
But if not,
Although
we'll
our
we'll be
FaceTime
here.
would have been great to record, but we just
I
couldn't get it
know.
together. Yeah.
It's all right.
All
Oh
right.
well.
But all right, until next
Okay.
week, whether we're here, somewhere in between. No, whether we're
Until next week,
mhm.
whether we're here, away, or somewhere in between, we will meet you under the W.
That's it. Bye.
Bye.